And, there was a moment where I was playing defense against Cade, and he went to the hole, and I got elbowed in the face, like the first possession.
Flagrant elbow.
That was, a welcome to NBA moment.
What's up, Piston fans? It's your boy Flagrant Elbow. Today we're gonna try something different. I'm always interested in what other teams and other beat writers have to say about our Detroit Pistons after a game, and it's interesting to me just to see if we're gaining respect around the league and just to get an idea of how other people view us as a team. So I always like to read articles and hear the statements of players, coaches, and even some of the beat writers with how they talk about the Detroit Pistons. And it's good when you're hearing some respect from other markets and other players and teams as well. So today, we're going to cover a couple things that were said by a couple beat writers after the game when the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Detroit Pistons in a close game where the Pistons really had a chance to win. Gabe Stokes, and I may mess names up, but I want to give him his credit. Gabe Stokes from SB Nation. He's a Milwaukee beat writer. He wrote a couple things, a comment about the game from his personal view. He said, Cade Cunningham is insanely fun to watch. This was my first time seeing him, and he's exactly as advertised. Additionally, Jaden Ivey is going to be something special as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing these two compete with Giannis and the Bucks for years to come. Nice statement. It's nice when other people recognize that the players you're rooting for and cheering for, you see the talent in them because we watch every game. But when people come in and watch a game, and of course if Cade would have had a bad game and this guy never seen Cade play, then he'd probably talk bad about Cade. Oh, he's a bust. They should have took Jalen Green. But to see Cade perform and to see him get his respect and notoriety from other people around the league and related to other teams around the league is something nice to see. Here's another one, and I know I'm going to get this name wrong. Jim Arkzarski from the Milwaukee Sentinel. I'm sorry, I can't talk this morning. From the Milwaukee Sentinel. He said, the Detroit is young and prone to mistakes in ball handling and decision making. But it seemed like whenever the Bucks big men decided it was time to get theirs, they did. Antetokounmpo scored 31, Lopez 24, and Portis 15. And Portis had another double-double with 12 rebounds, while Antetokounmpo and Lopez combined for 16 rebounds and 4 blocks. True statement. True statement. And we all as Pistons fans saw that. Watching the game, Detroit just had a hard time. They was too big down there. Even when they went to the bench and brought Portis in down there, Portis played big too. So they were just too big, and that's nothing we don't know. Even under the subheading, in his article he wrote under the subheading, Bucks too big for Pistons. He mentioned that when Jalen Duren tweaked an ankle on Sunday night in Detroit and stayed behind due to injury, the Pistons came to Milwaukee with a serious size deficit. Check this out. The Bucks rolled out 7'1" Brook Lopez at center and 7-foot Giannis Antetokounmpo at forward. Then 6'11" Serge Ibaka and 6'10" Bobby Portis came off the bench. That was tough to go up against those guys. Hopefully Duren will join the team for this game Wednesday if his ankle injury isn't too serious, but we lacking size. Bags is out. Duren was injured. Noel's playing and Beef Stew's playing, but we definitely lacking size to compete against a team like the Milwaukee Bucks that have almost 3 7-footers. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But like I said in the video I just put out about can Detroit Pistons beat the Milwaukee Bucks, if they get out there and do some of the things that I mentioned in the video, I think they'll be able to pull it off. Even if not, you just want to see the Pistons be competitive against a team like this. Notice what Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer had to say. Probably said his name wrong. He says they're playing a lot of skill guys. Talking about the Pistons. They're pretty big skill guys, but they're kind of wings. They're kind of wings. So our bigs are wings. They're not that big. They're really just wings. Small forwards and power forwards. So he says about Cade, he said Cade Cunningham is really impressive at 6'8", what he's doing with the ball and handling it. Jaden Ivey may be more of a traditional point guard or backcourt guy, but with Bojan Bogdanovic and Sadiq Bey and Cunningham, they're big wings. But there's just one kind of big guy in Stewart and Noel tonight. So we try to hopefully pound that a little bit and make an advantage for us. So they recognize, and I might have been thinking of it wrong, but they're talking about bigs as far as our backcourt is concerned. Cade is a big guy for point guard. And then you got Sadiq. Sadiq's a nice size guy, but he's right there at the right position at power forward. I mean, at small forward, I'm sorry. But then you got Bojan out there, who's really a small forward to me. I don't care what nobody say. To me, Bojan's a small forward, but he can stretch and play that 4 spot. But he was recognizing that we do have some big guys in the backcourt, but in the front court, it's really just Beef Stew. Beef Stew 6'8", 6'9". Sometimes I see him standing next to Sadiq Bey, they look the same height. Sometimes I see him standing next to Cade Cunningham, and they look pretty much the same height. So Beef Stew is undersized. He does what he has to do, and he's effective. But when you're going against 2 7-footers left and right of you, it's tough. And Noel, he's a lot slimmer than I thought he was. He can't muscle out Giannis and Lopez. But he does have the length to alter some shots. And he did get a defensive block. He did get a block in the game the other day. So anyway, this is just some things that other teams and other for the Milwaukee Bucks, what they had to say about us. The Detroit Pistons in their game the other day. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Game 2 is tonight. Can the Detroit Pistons beat the Milwaukee Bucks? Check out the video I just put out on that. Everybody, stay safe.